everybody, let's see what is going on between you and the person on your mind the most today. Let's have a look. Okay, somebody didn't treat you very well, you didn't deserve it, okay, but they can't let go of you, and I feel you're still very strongly connected into this person today. You don't understand this person, okay? I feel they were just very hot and cold with you, okay, in some shape or form. Obviously, I'm going to go a bit deeper into this. But they treated you in a way that you didn't deserve, okay? And you don't understand them. I feel they, you know, it's that classic energy of they were nice and then they weren't. But they were so nice to start with, or for a longer period of time, that when this all shifted and changed, I think the hardest thing for somebody who's watching this today was trying to understand where the person went that they fell in love with. So I don't mean physically went, even before you separated, that this person just changed. They were in front of you, but they weren't that person. Okay? Split energy going on here. They can't let go of you though. I feel today this is a relationship that has broken up in the past in some shape or form. Perhaps you stopped communicating, if only for a few weeks, maybe months, and then you reconnected. Okay, but there's a pattern here today. So I'm going to look at Lenormand. Let's get some blunt details out of my Lenormand deck. Just while I'm shuffling this though, if you would like a personal reading, just click on the title below. It's all in the description box, and also the free relationship report. Right, I just want a general overview of the energy. Yeah, past. This person, gosh, I think they could have humiliated you in some shape or form here, but this relationship became a burden. I mean, it's the cross. The energy became very heavy. They caused you a lot of disappointment. I think they became quite miserable in themselves. Okay, they were never happy with what you did. It was almost, I'm just seeing someone walking around with a rain cloud over their head. That's what I've just seen. You know, slouched over. Also, your relationship could have had a lot of burdens, other burdens affected this relationship. Perhaps one of you suffered from depression or anxiety brought on by other commitments. Okay, something very, very definitely weighed this relationship down. Okay, let's get two more, please. Yeah, then somebody moved away, somebody moved on. All right, somebody could have moved abroad. There's a distance. You'd had enough, I think. You know, you just couldn't understand this person. And I'm getting today, for who this is for, you had to protect your energy, your sanity. You're just absolute sanity. Okay, yeah, it is with the other person cards come out. So yeah, somebody moved away. All right, to get out of these burdens. Thought this was going to be the opening, thought it was going to be successful. There was some health burden here, specifically for somebody. Now, this could have been with older parents or older family members, or even if you've just got close friends who are older, okay? I'm also getting specifically that there was some karmic burden here. Some ancestral karma going down. And I mean that almost like in an epigenetic way, that sometimes things get passed down generationally. Maybe it was an addiction that got passed down through a generation, you know, maybe mother and father had it, or some form of maybe anxiety that was passed down that caused all these hardships, okay? I also feel that somebody who was grieving something, specifically a loss, and you were not supported. Okay? You were not supported at all. I think your person went elsewhere. They travelled off, possibly a distance, possibly overseas. They thought that where they were going was going to be the answer to their prayers. Like it was going to be the door that opened that really sorted things out for them. They thought they had found the solution. They went to a new place to put some roots down. Okay, literally put some roots down. But it hasn't worked out. Okay, they are now feeling that you, excuse me, are their soulmate. Okay, you are their soulmate. They're scared to reach out because of all the burdens and pain and disappointment they caused you, specifically around some loss or not supporting you. Excuse me, I don't know, my throat the last few days has been terrible. Not supporting you on your journey. Okay. There was some synchronicity here though. Almost like this had to happen. I feel the burdens have got too heavy, and sometimes, although it's painful, separation can be the best answer, because if you're in an energetic environment here, which I can see that you were being treated poorly, you got to a point where you really just couldn't understand this person. I feel they were doing this on purpose. They were almost gaslighting you. You know, classic energy of, well, if I gaslight you and play the victim, like I said, I can see this rain cloud over their head, woe is me, then everybody will feel sorry for them and no one will feel sorry for you. Right. Okay, what would they like to say to you now? It was a strong connection. Okay. But they went from being mature and almost spiritual to quite mean. They became mean, spiteful. What do they want to say now, please? I had to let this go so I could clear my mind. Okay, that's what they would like to say to you now. I think at the time it would have been nicer if they could have said that to you. Okay, they were definitely miserable. They were miserable. But instead of saying, look, hey, I'm not coping or I can't deal with things, they just moved away. They just looked at other options. They moved forward and they didn't reach out. But that's what they'd like to say now. Okay, let's have two more, please. Two more, please. I feel like a part of me is missing without you. Clarifying, I can't let go of you. Yeah, this is a soulmate connection with a couple of these Lenormand cards in here. I can see that. It was a deep-rooted connection. But I feel somebody has been dealing with some ancestral karma, along with what I was saying earlier, grief not supported. Bottom of the deck, third party. There were other things that got in the way of us being together. Not necessarily romance. It could have been this burdens, this grief, these relatives, older people, parents, okay? Yeah, they felt at the time you had too many different values. I think what they've realised though, that your values were decent, theirs weren't. I think you were very honest, open, and you were always willing to communicate with this person. You were always willing to say, hey, tell me your problems, let me help you. I'll go the extra mile for you. But the more you tried to help them, the more they pushed you away. Okay, they went very much. They could have had. There could have been, with the differences. This won't be for everyone, but it's here, so I'm going to say it. There could have been different religion differences here. Okay, specifically maybe not you and your person, but within the older generation of the family, that could have caused a problem here as well for somebody. Okay, right, let me get my tarot deck out. Let's see what we have got, please. Yeah, they're still obsessed with you, okay? They're still obsessed with you. They're watching you. They haven't let you go. They might not be doing too well financially. They have been looking at other options, okay? And to be honest with you, to a certain level, they are still, although they're obsessed with you, and although they're watching you, they are still procrastinating. They are still quite self-absorbed in their own energy. Woe is me, pity is me. Okay, I feel the options they've looked at haven't possibly been working out, but although they're watching you in some shape or form and you are on their mind a lot, they've got to make a decision. Okay, this person's got to make a decision. Three of Swords, bottom of the deck. What's this person going to do? Three of Pentacles. I feel in the future with this person, you are going to learn something more about them, okay? There is a possibility that they will come back in. I feel it's quite slow today though. Once they've reached a decision, okay, and possibly they're going to communicate with you, but you're also going to find out, which I'm going to clarify, something, truth is going to come out about one of the options they've taken. What's that about, please? The options. They've gone somewhere for money. Yeah, I feel, gosh, yeah, I think what's going to happen here is they're going to come back in, okay, to offer to work on this relationship. I feel you saying you might give it a go, but there has to be a solid foundation this time, and you will not allow your person to talk down to you anymore, okay? I think they put themselves on a bit of a pedestal. At times they could be a bit of a know-it-all, okay? But I feel they're going to choose you, Queen of Cups. Okay, that's what I feel you're going to learn in the future, that they are going to realise that you are the love of their life, okay? I think though with this card, it's your energy, it's important that set your boundaries, keep your boundaries. Queen of Cups is beautiful energy. The only downside to Queen of Cups is if you're in that energy, we can love a bit too hard. We tend to, in that energy, overlook people's faults. Because we see the good in people. In the Queen of Cups energy, you see the good in somebody, you'll try and heal them, you're empathetic, but also more than that, you were feeling their energy. And that is why you couldn't understand them, because their energy changed. We do feel people's energy, especially if you have high empathy levels. You can walk into a room and somebody could smile at you, but you know they're not happy to see you. Or you can walk into a room where other people have been and you can still feel that energy. You could feel this person's energy, okay? And they did tend to put themselves, like I said, on a bit of a pedestal, bit of a know-it-all. They thought they were right, almost handing you instructions, giving you to-do lists. I heard the word to-do lists. Whilst they were faffing and flipping and fannying around, as we say in the UK. That means just messing around, procrastinating, self-absorbed, so wrapped up in their own problems, okay, that they then projected onto you, okay. But they're going to come back in. They're going to come back in. Let's just see what else they'd like to say to you. I hid who I really am from you. Yeah, they did. They were one thing and then they were another and then there was something else. I wish I had treated you better. I can see they do wish that. That's how they see you, as the Queen of Cups, okay? You are the Queen of Cups to them. And they're going to make a decision and they're going to let go of all the other options that they've got floating around. And they're going to come forward in the future and ask you if you're willing to work on it. Okay, you also might find some friends help you out with this. Okay, you might find some friends help you out. Reconnecting. I wish I could take back my words. What words do they want to take back? Let's just see. What words? Well, they know they've treated you dreadfully. Five of Wands, yeah. All those silly arguments. Knight of Cups. All those stupid, silly arguments, okay? You know, I don't think they defended you. I think you were always competing for their attention. They always had to be top dog. But you know something, with that Lenormand card, They were very challenged internally. I think that's what they were hiding. They carried a lot of grief, a lot of pain, and just a lot of really miserable energy. And I feel when you met them, and they could have kept this up for a few years. It happens that they were able to project this can-do energy, I'm here for you energy. But in the end, you didn't know where you were. You know, you could have ended up with different friend groups, or maybe you didn't get on with some of their friends. You were competing for them. All right. And in arguments, they had to be right. With this card, and what I was saying earlier about them almost handing you lists out, I can just hear somebody almost ranting on about their opinion and this and this and that. Okay. There was too many cooks in the kitchen in this relationship. They wish they could take back the arguments, especially the arguments where they would beat you into submission. I don't mean physically, I mean when somebody just goes on and on and on and on. You just literally sit there and think, you know what, shut up, I can't do this anymore. That's what I'm really channeling today. Okay. Anything else on this, please? Saw that earlier. I said they like money. King of Pentacles. This person could be an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Okay. Also water signs and the earth signs as well. The only thing that's missing here today are the air signs. So I've got the earth signs, water and fire. They like to keep up appearances. You know, it's going back to that know-it-all. They could have done quite well in a field, whatever they're doing, you know, even if it's just, well, any job, but they like to strut around in it. You know, a bit of a Mr. Jobsworth or Mrs. Jobsworth. They're a bit full of their own self-importance. They like to keep up appearances to the outside world. Okay, they are fond of material things. You know, money can be a bit of a god to them. What can I have? What can I do? I want more. Okay. On a negative side of this, because they didn't treat you very well, this person could have just ended up being downright lazy and spending your money, or just not being stable or secure at all. You know, this card for me in the negatives also my card for somebody when you separate who doesn't pay the bills, who will just separate and leave you with all the bills, or you don't get any child maintenance, or if you're older they just don't take care of you even though you've been together a while. Okay, what should you do? What should you do? Yeah, consider your decision carefully. Okay, consider your decision carefully. Make your decision based on what is more energetically suitable for you. And I'm saying energetically suitable because this person drained your energy. Okay, you had a lot of passion for this relationship. You both took a lot of action towards your common goals at the beginning of this relationship. But unfortunately, as I've gone through, that petered out. What you're being asked to do is consider your own comfort and take a look at whether or not you feel this relationship can go the extra mile. Okay, and also, is this person going to get, I wouldn't say bored, but are they, when the going gets tough, okay, are they going to disappear? That's, I'm channeling that. Make a decision based on what makes you happy. Don't rush. I can see that you are a bit restless. You're not entirely happy where you are. You're possibly in a situation now where you have a level of comfort. Something you were a little bit passionate about has worked out, but you're looking for more, which is fine. That's what life's about. Life's not about just being stagnant. It doesn't mean not staying in the same place, But even if you stay in the same place, you're usually growing in some shape or form. So make your decision based on what you want. Because I think you are acutely aware that this relationship promised so much. But then it just didn't. It was like everything was in the future. You know, it just became for you energetically draining. Okay, energetically draining. But this person will be back in. Anything else on this person, please, before we wrap this up today? Yeah, that wanted to come out. Yeah, they want a new beginning. Okay, they're going to come in again, it's a Fool. They're going to come in an energy where they want to be carefree. So for me, this is almost like wiping. This is them sort of wanting to leave the past in the past. They want to come in with a brand new, the Fool is brand new energy. It's a new beginning. It's carefree. There's no baggage. It's a fresh start. Okay, that's what they want. Okay. My only caveat with this card is I always find it's better to see if you've been apart for a little bit longer. If you've only been apart for a few weeks, sometimes for me this can mean that they're coming back in but they're not taking it seriously. Okay, but if you've been apart for a while, then I tend to read this card as somebody who's coming in and they literally just want a fresh start with you. Okay, so I'll leave that with you. Thanks so much for watching. Take good care of yourselves, and remember, make the decision for you. It's a big world. Don't let anybody steal your comfort from you, I've just heard. Okay, I love you all. Bye.